Parker. Parker? Where is... I need a photographer. Get it, because I'm filming it. Welcome to The Devil's Advocate, where today I'll be reviewing Spider-Man 3. Many of you think this is the worst in the trilogy. You're wrong. Quite simply, this is the pinnacle. You can tell right away from the cover that this is going to be a darker film. Why? Spider-Man and Black Spider-Man. The character of Spider-Man has been downplayed in the entire series. I mean, you just have to look at Tobey Maguire's acting. He plays it with a subtle brilliance. Sort of an awkward nerd. Something we haven't seen before. With the Return of the Goblin, it signals a sort of dark resurgence, which is something this film is continually about. Kind of a darkness, an overwhelming, kind of like Empire Strikes Back, which I hear people like. Fluffiness had some issues with this film, and mainly because he hadn't heard my review of it, but I'll just cover some of his issues. So he talks about how the pumpkin bomb is inconsistent in its destruction, and quite simply, Fluffiness hasn't taken in any of the environmental factors. So Harry's face in the room where Peter Parker picks up the pumpkin bomb and throws it at him, flying by his face, of course exploding in the back. Now the reason it only destroys his face is for a very simple reason. Because the airflow in that room is not so good. So there's not so much air to grab onto, there's no real remnants of gasoline or anything, so the explosion is much diminished and less powerful. Harry also could have gotten reconstructive surgery due to the fortune his family has. Now, he brings up as well Brock and Venom in the pumpkin bomb explosion. Now this is quite easily explained, seeing as there's more airflow and more air, the explosion can be larger. As well, with the remnant gasoline fumes from all the vehicles that are arriving in there. Quite simply, it's very easy to cause an explosion that big, but I know what you're saying. You're saying, how would Venom be destroyed? As we saw, there's a weakness it has to sound. Also, an explosion causes a sound wave. So once the explosion happens, it rattles the cells in both Venom and Brock, causing the fire explosion to easily wipe them out. While he is darker, he's not as funny as he's supposed to be. And that's quite simply because we see a darker side of Peter Parker throughout the entire trilogy. He talks about how Sandman killing Uncle Ben is an issue. I mean, he thinks that they're rewriting the entire Spider-Man mythos. And quite simply, they're allowed to, if they want to. Fluffiness. Really? A meteor that size would have made a larger impact and made more noise? More than enough to alert Parker's spidey senses? Take another look at that scene. What is Spider-Man doing? That's right, he's making out with the girl of his dreams. I don't think that I would notice if a meteor fell if I was making out with the girl of my dreams. Would you? Thanks for watching. And join me next week when I'll be reviewing a cinema classic, G.I. Joe: Rise of Cobra.